Hello everyone. Recently I learned from Luma Plays, who makes great Oxygen Not Included videos, that there is a beta branch of this game, and I always experimented with beta branches in Minecraft or snapshots, so I decided to check it out, and it turns out there's a pretty big change that makes this type of rocket interior pretty much impossible. So, what is said change? Well, it used to be that when small packets of gas passed over a gas vent, that it would get deleted and replaced by whatever's in the pipe. So in this case, there would be small amounts of carbon dioxide due to your dupes breathing out, and it would land on, or it would pass over a gas vent filled with oxygen, and it would get replaced by the oxygen inside the pipe. So this is a pretty simple experiment, just showing it drops a very small amount of carbon dioxide, and yeah, we have an external oxygen source, and yeah, as you can see, it doesn't get replaced anymore, which means you accumulate carbon dioxide. So if we speed this up, you can see this, whenever it passes over, it releases oxygen. Now, we could do a faster demonstration. If we did... Give me the gas pipe. So, we could fill this up, and with sandbox you could brush in a very small amount of carbon dioxide, and as you can see, yeah, it constantly releases the oxygen and it doesn't replace it. So, well, you get some popped eardrums really quickly. So what other solutions are there now that a gas vent just simply does not work? Well, you could use a mini gas pump. However, because a mini gas pump is classified as industrial machinery, it will disqualify the rooms that you would want to build in a rocket, so you'd have to enclose it with airflow tiles, and at minimum, with one piece of automation, this solution is 7 tiles. That's pretty big. Next up, we have the algae terrarium. Now, this is possibly the worst building in the game. It requires pumped water, so bottled water. Duplicants need to come and empty it, and it releases polluted bottled water, which then you need to deodorize unless you want polluted oxygen floating around. But at least it doesn't ruin rooms, and it's a bit more flexible with the placement. You'd probably want to place these two together, the deodorizer and the algae terrarium. But yeah, these can be separate, and you'll require sand, algae and water for these two buildings, which, well, that's not the best. So next up is the carbon skimmer. To be honest, it's probably about as bad as the mini gas pump. It's also industrial machinery. It requires water. It doesn't require automation, which is nice, so that's a bonus. But yeah, again, this takes up so much valuable space in a rocket. Next we have Alveo Vera, which I don't have. Now, I think Alveo Vera is kind of a neat way if you want to run a cold rocket for some reason. Only really practical with series, of course. You do need ice to feed it. I don't have the DLC, which is why this is Sleet Wheat. And next up is the Oxyfern. You require dirt, which is pretty easy to get, and it requires water, which is also pretty easy to get in a rocket. Now, this takes 4 tiles. It does require, you know, unbroken vertical space, and you will get carbon dioxide sitting at this level. Same for these alveolar veras. There will be carbon dioxide sitting at the bottom. They do give you bonus oxygen, kind of like the algae terrarium, but better. And this no longer works. So these are all pretty bad alternatives to this one tile solution. What do? There's, as far as I'm concerned, the algae terrarium definitely needs to be changed. It needs to be useful. And, you know, rocket interior seems like a good use. Make it, I don't know, pipe polluted water out, make it algae neutral, something. This, come on. This is an absolutely useless building, and I would love to see it get used. But there's one more solution. It is down here. Now, you can place the gas vent up high, so only very rarely will carbon dioxide float over it. Most of the time the carbon dioxide will be down here, and it won't overpressure, but you're still going to have carbon dioxide. So how should we get rid of this carbon dioxide? Well, we can spawn a slickster. Yep, you could just put a slickster in your rocket. You could mop up any of the crude oil that it drops from consuming carbon dioxide, and somehow this is a better solution than all of these. How terrible. Yep. Anyway, that's probably it for this video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.